Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss a new chapter. Chapter 8, Function Overloading. This is a new chapter we are going to discuss in the classes and objects. Last class we discussed classes and objects. In that we have been discussed what is class, what is object, what are the different ways of access specifier and what are the different ways of accessing the member functions. So there are two different types of member function defining, that is your one is inside the class, another one is outside the class. This it may be either inside the class or outside the class, but in the last class we have discussed a function with only one name with a one function, isn't it? So lab program number 6, simple interest. Finding the simple interest contains 3 data members. One is input data, another one is calculation, another one is output data. Similarly, even your quadratic equation, finding the roots of quadratic equation, that also contains only 3 functions. One is your input data, another one is calculation, another one is output data. So there is no repetition of the name in the function. We have used only one name for one function to invoke and one definition it contains, isn't it? Yes. So what is function overloading? A same name given for multiple functions to perform different tasks. Different task is called as function overloading. What is function overloading? A same name of the function given for multiple functions to perform different operations. But it should be differ in the number of arguments. Did you got the students? Yes, that is called as function overloading. What is function overloading? A function overloading contains same name for the different functions to perform different operations. But differ in number of arguments are called function overloading. What is the syntax of this function overloading? General syntax of the function overloading: return type specifier, function name without any argument. First time without any argument. Similarly, return type specifier, function name contains one argument, only one argument. Similarly, return type specifier, function name, it contains 2 arguments, argument 1 and argument 2. 2 arguments within the parenthesis separated by comma. Like that, n number of arguments can be given. Return type specifier, a function name, it contains n number of arguments. Each argument is separated by comma. That means here, whatever we have given the function name, it is same for all the function. It is same name given for all the function but differ in number of argument. Differ in number of arguments are called function overloading. We are giving same name for all the functions. We are giving same name for all the arguments. See here, it doesn't contain any argument. It contains only one argument, two arguments, three arguments, many arguments. But differing number of arguments are called function overloading. Did you got it? So here you need to write the advantages of the function overloading. What are the advantages for by defining this? It is easy to implement the code. It is easy to implement the code. Code will be executed very faster. It gives easy interface between program and real world object. It gives interface between program and real world object. A function is used to process different tasks to be performed with the same name, so that name can be easily remembered. Your program will be executed and the execution of the function will be selected by your compiler. Hence it is also called as runtime overloading. It is also called as runtime overloading. Did you got the students? Code will be executed very faster and it is easy to understand and to know the flow of data and easy to debug, easy to maintain the code, and easily we can interface between program and real world object. That is the advantages of your function overloading. Then what is the restrictions or disadvantages? Two or more functions should not contain same definition. Two or here restrictions, please notice, a same function should not contain, a header should not be a same. Two or more functions should not contain same header. For example, int add function int x comma int y. See, this is one header. The same header should not contain other function int x, int y. That means integer comma integer should not contain. Suppose integer with the float is okay. Otherwise both are float is okay. But two different function, return type, function name and the argument data type should not be same. Should not be same. That is the first restriction or disadvantage. And here when we are implementing a more and more same functions, so if you are not specify the header properly, that is your signature of the function should be followed properly. If the signature is not proper, that is a return type, a function name and the arguments what you have been given and its order should be properly checked. If you are not given, compiler will take more time to convert internally. That time your programs will take more time to execute. And do you remember type def? Data type and new data type. Do you remember in the last year class we have discussed data type is an integer, I take AL. Instead of declaring int A, B, C, D, I take a name as N. N is a type defined with the integer. So this kind of type def should not be used in the function header. Type def arguments should not be used in the function header. Did you got the students? What is a function? A function overloading. A function overloading means a same name of the function is used for different functions to perform a particular task or different particular task but differ in number of argument. Number of argument. What are the advantages? Advantages, it is very faster and it is easy to implement and easy to debug. Program maintenance was very easy, and when the programs are used with a function overloading, it is easy to develop and easily we can remember the function name because all the functions contain same name to perform different operations with a differ in the number of arguments, and it provides easy interface between program and the real world entity. Real world entity or real world object. So this is one of the important 5 marks question. This chapter contains only 5 marks questions. 0, 0, 0, 1. A chapter contains weightage with only 5 marks. 3 different topics are there. Each one is important. Each one is important. Please hear. Easily you will get 5 marks, but you need to remember all 3 concepts. Here we are discussing function overloading, inline function and your friend functions. All 3 functions are where 3 different topics we are discussing. All 3 is very important. All 3 possible 2 different questions. What are the 2 different questions? What is function overloading? Explain with its advantages and disadvantages. One possible question. What is function overloading? Explain with the syntax and its example. Syntax and its example. Similarly, inline also. What is inline? Explain with the syntax and example. What is inline? Syntax, advantages and disadvantages. What is friend function? Give the characteristics of friend function. What is friend function? Explain with the syntax and example. Each topic 2 different questions are there. All 3 is important. If you prepare all 3, 1 5 marks question definitely you will get from here. Okay student, did you understood what is inline? Sorry, what is function overloading and syntax of the function overloading? Syntax of the function overloading, advantages and disadvantages we have discussed today. Okay students, we'll continue. One lab program is there with this students. That means we'll continue our function overloading concept. Here, whatever it was there on the board will gives you complete information of your function overloading. What is function overloading? 2 or more functions are having the same name to perform different operations but it differ in number of arguments. Definition is one advantage. Then it is easy to maintain, easy to development, that is a faster execution of the code, easy to extend and easy to debug the code, and code will provide easy interface between program and real world object. Real world object. What is the restriction? 2 or more functions should not have same function signature, and type def variables should not be used in the function header. That is the 2 disadvantages. Disadvantages you just copy. I have not written here. This is the syntax. Syntax followed by return type specifier, function name, no any argument. Same return type specifier, function name, it contains 1 argument, 2 arguments, many arguments. This function name is same but it is differ in number of arguments. Each function is used to perform different operations. Hence it is called as function overloading. If they ask the question, what is function overloading? Explain with the syntax and the programming example. This program I have written for the exam point of view, not for practical point of view. Practical point of view, the main function is going to change. only the main function is going to change for practical purpose. So for the theory exam, write this one. Definitely you will get the complete marks. For the least section, if you use this one for the practical also, they will give little less marks but not 30 out of 30. For the S3 students and S4 students, don't follow this one. S5 students can follow this one, but not good for practicals. But the theory point of view, your wide main contains only less number of lines. This will continue with a single line. There is no space, hence have been added in the 2 lines. Okay, students. So it is easy to get the marks here. Syntax, and this is an example from here to here. Class definition. What is that? The program, write a program to find the area of square, rectangle, triangle using function overloading. This is program number 8. Lab program number 8. Complete program I have written in the classwork. Those who need to copy this one, you can copy this one along with that one separately. That is for practical purpose. This is for exam point of view. Exam point of view, from here to here it is the same. Only main function is going to be changed. I have not written the header files. We need 3 header files. iostream.h, conio.h and math.h. Why math.h? Here I have used square root function, hence math.h is required for this. The program. See here the program. What is the formula to find the square? How to find the area of a square? Area of a square, all the edges are in the same equal. All the edges, the length of the vertically and horizontally is equal. Hence, A into A gives you the square area. How to find the rectangle? Yes, length into breadth. What is the length and what is the breadth? That will gives you a rectangle. Okay, students, that is L into B. One is L, one is B. Length and breadth. Then, how to find the triangle? Triangle has 3 sides. 3 sides. I need the length of the A edge, the length of the B, and length of the C, so that I can find out semi-parameter. Semi-parameter called S. How S I can calculate? S equal to A plus B plus C divided by 2. So, hence we need to write with a C++ expression, that is 2.0. Point edges may contains the point value, hence I have been taken 2.0. Once you got the semi-parameter, then what's the formula to find the rectangle, the triangle? Do you remember in the first year you have been written? Square root of S into S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. This is the formula to find the area of triangle. Before that we need to find what? Semi-parameter. Yes. What is the S? Length of A, length of B, length of C whole divided by 2.0. So if I not use A plus B plus C divided by 2.0 will be applicable only for C. So I don't want only C. All the edges length divided by 2, we will get the semi-parameter. Using that semi-parameter, we are going to calculate the area of triangle. So once you need to calculate the area of a triangle, the square root will be changed to SQRT. This will be hidden multiplication, and once will be closed for this. Did you got it? So this will give you your complete function. Understood? This is your mathematical function will be converted into C++. So I have declared S as a semi-parameter. Internally I need to calculate semi-parameter, hence I have been declared only one data member, that is S. Then float area. Please notice here I have given area. First function we are finding area of a rectangle. I need only one value is enough for me. The same value is multiplied twice. I can get area of square. So A into A. To calculate the area of a rectangle, I need how many values? Two values. What are those two values? Length and breadth. Multiply L into B. L into B. Did you got it? Then if I want to calculate the area of a triangle, I need how many sides? Three sides. Yes, give all the three sides. Add the values of all three. Divided by 2, you will get the semi-parameter. Then apply the formula, you will get the area of a triangle. See here, the main function contains, so the practical point of view, you need to select the choice. Then based on that, you need to give the input value. Everything it was there. So that I have not discussing now. We'll discuss once the classes gets reopened. Okay students? So for the theory point of view, see out area of square obj dot area. Area contains the first one. Area of the square contains how many variables? Yes, it requires only one variable. So I am giving one value directly. This is called call by value method. I am not invoking with the call by reference. Just I am invoking a function along with the value. So that 3 will be copied here and 3 into 3 will be calculated. Area of a square for 3 is 9. Did you got it? Understood? Then it will be calculated area of a rectangle with the area of 3, 5. 3 will be copied into length. 5 will be copied for the breadth. So that will be calculated 3 into 5. You will get the 15 as a area of rectangle. Then come to your triangle 3, 4, 5. 3 will be copied to A. 4 will be copied to B. 5 will be copied to C. So what you will get? 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 divided by 2, you will get 6. That 6 will be multiplied here. 6 into 6 minus 3 into 6 minus 4 into 6 minus 5. What you will get? 6 into 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3 you will get 3. 6 minus 4 you will get 2. 6 minus 5 will get 1. So these values 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 6, 36. You will get the area of this triangle is 36. Did you got this students? This is your complete explanation is there. Please prepare completely. What are the definition, advantages, restrictions, this syntax and this program. So you no need to worry for the function overloading topic. If any question, you will be ready to write the answer. Only two possibilities. What is function overloading? Advantages are need of function overloading. Advantages are need of the function overloading. Disadvantages are restrictions of function overloading. Okay. What is function overloading? Explain with the syntax and programming example. Only these two questions. So whatever today now I have explained, both it contains function overloading questions. Among those two, one question. One topic we have completed from the chapter number 8. Okay students? Yes students, it is your practical program. See here, whatever we discussed from here, it is from the class up to here, the code is same for both the theory and practical. Only it is going to be changed from here. Here we are declaring 3 variables x, y, z and one is variable for answer. Enter the number of sides. 1 for square, 2 for rectangle, 3 for triangle. Other than that, if the answer is there, then control will move for the invalid choice. Yes, suppose if you pressed choice as 1, your answer contains 1. 1 is equal to 1. Yes, then enter one side. Only x value will be accepted. So, area of square. Do you remember? Only this sentence have been written. Instead of x, have taken 3. Did you got it? Whatever you accepted the value x, based on that your area of square will be calculated. Suppose if the answer is 2, then control will check here. Is it 2 is equal to 1? No. Control will move to the else part. 2 is equal to 2. Yes. Enter two sides. You are accepting the value with x and y. X and y. Yes. Just I have been written this one, right? Yes. I have given 3 and 5. So here instead of that what I am giving? The value present in the x, the value present in the y. Okay. Suppose if the choice is 3. Is it 3 equal to 1? No. Is it 3 equal to 2? No. Is it 3 equal to 3? Yes. How many values you need to insert? 3 different values you need to insert. So in the previous example what I have given? 3, 4, 5. So give 3, 4, 5 here. That value, x value, y value, z value, function is going to be removed. So have been added only these 3 lines for below of this. But this much of the lines you need to include for the practical exam. This is the one you need to prepare. This you need to practice. Theory point of view, different program. Practical point of view, different program. Okay, students? But the example code up to here, the maximum code is same. There is no any changes. Only the change in the void main function. That's all, students. Okay. Suppose if you press other than 1, 2, 3, whatever it will be there here, it is going to be matched. Condition will be moved to the else part. Invalid choice. It will display invalid choice. Okay, students. So completed your function overloading. Thank you, students.